All right, using this Percy Jackson characters filter until we find a character who can beat Percy Jackson in a fight. Well, that's not going to happen. So we already have to restart. Why does this happen to me? Every time I do this challenge, I've only done it once before. But Percy, it was riddled with Percy last time. All right, we're restarting. Nobody's going to beat Percy. Until I can find a character, okay, we're using the filter until I can find a character who can beat Jason in a one-on-one fight. All powers, all weapons are allowed. Let's see who we get. Nope. Meg. Meg's pretty powerful. Is she more powerful than Jason, though? And of course, we're talking about Jason before he dies. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, Jason's dead, so he can't do anything. We're talking about Jason before he dies, okay? We're talking about Jason when he still has his powers. Meg, I honestly don't think she wins. Like, she can control plans and stuff, but Jason's still more powerful. A child of the big three. Why? I've used this filter so many times before, and Percy never pops up, and now he pops up every time I use it. All right, we're restarting. Third time's the charm. We're going to use the filter until we can find somebody who can beat Rachel. What is this? All right, challenge over. One more time. Using the Percy Jackson filter. I'm not doing Rachel again. Okay, we're using the Percy Jackson filter until we can find somebody who can beat Luke Castellan in a one-on-one fight. Luke without Kronos inside of him, okay? It's just Luke by himself, but he has his powers. He can unlock locks with his hands, if that even helps. He's a good sword fighter. Okay, this is interesting because I feel like a lot of you people are going to say Annabeth wins this fight. And while I see what you mean, they're enemies. You have to think of them as enemies in this scenario. Like Luke and Annabeth, they're not friends. We all know Luke would never hurt Annabeth. We all know that. Everybody always says that with Percy, and I know you're going to say that with Luke as well. But you have to think about it if they're enemies. They can use all their powers. They can use all their weapons. Luke wins this. He's the best sword fighter in 100 years. I'm pretty sure they say that in The Lightning Thief. Luke wins this fight, guys. I'm sorry. He just does. So can anybody else beat Luke? See, Leo has fire powers. This is interesting. I think Leo actually does win this against Luke because he can just burn him. Like, Luke can approach with his sword, but what other powers does Luke have? Leo doesn't need to be close to use his fire powers. He can just shoot fire out of his hands and out of his face, out of his anything, and just burn Luke to a crisp before Luke can do anything. I think Leo beats Luke in this fight, but let me know in the comment section.